What's up, everybody? It's James, and it's time for another video from where I just talk about various things I found on the internet that interested me, and these are just my opinions. And we all have them. I'm just letting mine out so everybody can see them. So here's the first thing I saw was okay. So we all know about the whole Manti Teo thing with the internet girlfriend, where he was scammed by this guy, and but did you know that it turns out that you can actually hire an internet girlfriend? You can hire an internet girlfriend. If you need a girlfriend for whatever reasons, there is a service out there where it's only in online. They say they offer discreet services, blah blah blah. Strictly online for people who like. Now I can understand there are some businesses out there where single men just aren't seen to be as reliable as men in relationships. So I can kind of see where they would come to angle for that. But I mean, you can have an internet girlfriend for whatever reason, and they come in. Wait, this is what's funny. Like, um, they apparently will come in whatever type of personality you want. It could be like they could be distant but loving, social and upbeat, or quirky and misunderstood. Really? Wow. That's I know I say that a lot, but that's what came to mind when I saw that was wow. But what was more interesting was the fact that I didn't know exactly how much stuff you could rent on the internet to just I don't know, for whatever reasons, like things like I was more interested also in finding out that you could like rent a puppy, you could actually rent a parent. Yeah, you heard me, rent a parent. You could even have a team of like you can have like paparazzi reporters, people take your photographs, follow you around for a day. Yeah, I mean, now even this doesn't surprise me too much, but over in Japan, you can rent a best man for your wedding, or in China, you can rent a fake boyfriend for the Lunar New Year. I I don't know why I'm shocked. I shouldn't be. With everything you can get on the internet, it shouldn't surprise me that you can get an internet girlfriend or one of these other things on the internet. It just shouldn't surprise me. It really shouldn't. Next. Now, I'm sure that we've all heard of people pirating stuff and whatever. And if you're on the internet any amount of time, I'm sure you've come across and heard about Pirate Bay, which is where people can go to acquire various things from downloads. And there have been many competitors out there that would offer the same type of stuff where you could go there. And I mean, I don't care if you're against piracy or if you're against people being able to download whatever they want, whatever. This is not about that. This is just about the fact that Pirate Bay is pretty much the biggest and the strongest of these websites out there. Well, apparently, out of there's been fears that Pirate Bay would be taken down off the web and whatnot. So apparently, the guys on Pirate Bay have actually come up with um, they've got like a couple of files that you can download and put on a flash drive, where you can always carry Pirate Bay with you. So no matter where you are, what computer you're on, you'd be able to access these files and be able to get the millions of links that they have to things and be able to download stuff from Pirate Bay. So you don't have to just use your computer, you can use it on other computers if you're looking for something, whatever. I just find it interesting that in an age where some people are trying to stop it, some people are all for it, like the information must be free and all this kind of stuff. These guys are taking a step forward to try to make sure that Pirate Bay is always accessible to you. It just makes me realize, the more you tell people that you can't have something, the more the people are going to dig in and be like, I can't have that? Who says? I'm going to have it. Sometimes I think they just go about things the wrong way, trying to If you try to stop something completely, it's just not going to happen. Maybe you need to help control the flow of the information instead of trying to stop it completely. I don't know, but that's not for me to decide. I just found it very interesting that you can now carry Pirate Bay with you in your pocket. Now, something that would have been near and dear to my 16, 17-year-old heart was the fact that apparently there was a mother out there who hired 2 strippers for her son's 16th birthday party, and they arrested her for hiring strippers for the 16-year-old birthday party. They apparently there were kids there as young as 14, and they were dancing, and they didn't get naked, but they were in thongs and bras and gave lap dances to some of the teenagers. There's a picture of one of the strippers, the guy whose birthday it was, with her. Well, I don't know if it was him or not, but some teenager with upside down with his head between her legs and her face down as she's danced on him. Okay, I'm of two minds about this. Part of me wants to go, this mom rocked. My younger self, who at 16, the hormones are hitting. I was looking at girls left and right. So I would have been like, oh, yeah, yeah. I would have been down for this. Now, the older, more mature me wants to go, maybe that was a bit too far. There was a lot of young, impressionable kids here. So we might not want to have strippers at this party. So, but they arrested the mother, and they have charged her with endangering the welfare of a child. And apparently, according to the law, what it says is that you knowingly act in a manner likely to be injurious or to the mental, physical, or moral welfare of a child less than 17 years old. Well, the boy was 16, some of the kids there were 14. So yeah, I guess she did break the law, but as a dude, honestly, I don't think I would have been scarred for life from this. That would have probably gotten his mom cool marks from all the guys there. I want to know who the hell ratted them out. I mean, see, this is where the dangers of having cell phones and stuff come into play. Someone took a picture, probably posted it online, and then it blew up. I mean, it's kind of like that whole thing with who was the guy that, I mean, it's wrong. I don't want to say that it's wrong morally, but it's at least questionable, But it's kind of like most guys would have this attitude about when you hear about the teenager who's sleeping with the older teacher. Because of the fact that you're a teacher and you're in a position of guiding and shaping the minds of our kids, no, you shouldn't be sleeping with your students, especially students below the age of 18. It's wrong. But most guys I've seen talk about this and heard talk about stuff like that, they're usually of the mindset, who the hell told? Why would you, if you're the guy who's getting it from an older woman, are you going to tell on this person? So it's kind of like that's kind of like that same situation here. It had to be somebody from outside who saw the pictures, like saying that's not right, and they reported it. So I'm torn. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a guy. Hey, I'm not perfect. So if I was at that party as a teenager, I'd have been like, "This party rocks." 16-year-old me would have been like, probably would have been a bit shy because I wasn't always the most extroverted person. But 16-year-old me would have been like, "This party rocks." Tits and ass, tits and ass, tits and ass. I'm just saying. Hey, it ain't gotta be your opinion. It's my opinion. You ain't gotta agree, but you know that if you're a guy, you know somewhere in the back of your mind you're gonna probably agree with me just a little. Anyway, let me hurry and wrap this up. So I got two more things to talk about real quick. First off, there was a new study out there that says that watching TV makes you antisocial. These people was the first study of its kind where they actually followed people throughout their whole lives, asking them every couple of years questions, surveys about their social lives and whatnot. And they've actually started getting information where those who watched more television had a higher chance of being arrested, or also had a higher chance of just being plain antisocial with people. It was a very interesting read to see this information out there. Apparently, there's been several studies about this before, but they weren't able to definitely tie it in to TV watching. No one had ever done any long-term study like this where they kept talking to the same people like this over a set period of years. So, personally, as much as I watch TV, I know I can have my antisocial moments where I just don't want to be bothered with people. But for the most part, I'm a very social person, honestly. So, yeah, there's that. I go poo poo on that. TV's my friend. Leave my TV alone, or I'll cut you. I'm just saying. Uh, Finally, on a more serious, really serious note, gun control has been a really big thing in the media here lately. Everybody's from people who are afraid that they're trying to take away our second amendment rights, to people who are like, look, we need some control on this. There are definitely two camps about this. There are two mindsets about this, where people are afraid that the government's going to come in and take away their guns, and there are people out there that are like, don't be crazy. The government are not going to be able to come in and take away all your guns. Some people just want you to control the guns out there. Some people are like, the criminals have the guns out there. Do you think they're going to follow the laws? Because by their very nature being a criminal, they're going to break the law. So they're not going to follow these gun control laws anyway. Anyway, that's not the point of what I'm here to say. What I'm here to say today is, while this is going on, I'm seeing that a lot of times, a lot of political stuff that happens, it's like magic. It's like smoke and mirrors. It's like, look at this, look at this, look at this. Don't pay attention to this over here. Case in point, I read a thing where it says the Supreme Court is supposed to consider if silence can be evidence of guilt. You heard me. The Supreme Court is agreed on Friday, the 11th of January. They agreed to consider whether a suspect's refusal to answer police questions prior to being arrested and read his rights can be introduced as evidence of guilt at his trial. Let that sink in for a minute here, people. We live in a country where we're supposed to be guilty. We're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. And the Supreme Court wants to consider taking that away from you and consider that if you don't say anything about something, you can be guilty. Yeah. So, but that doesn't make the big news or anything. I'm not trying to be no conspiracy theorist. This actually happened. I'm just saying that we are so tied up on the hot button issues, gun control, things like that stuff like this completely slips under the radar. Let's just say that We need to stop being so single-minded, focused on one thing, and we need to keep our eyes open on the big picture, on what everything our government done. Yes, I voted for Obama. Yes, I want him. I want him in office. Do I agree with everything he's done or says, or what the government does under his watch does? No. I mean, who does? I mean, I'm sure had Mitt Romney gotten into office, there would have been Republicans that would have been happy, and they would have been glad. Would they have agreed with everything? No. So let's just say that we all need to keep our eyes open. Don't be so dead set to watch one thing when something else slips by us, okay? Like this: silence evidence of your guilt. Remember, it said we have the right to remain silent? They're trying to take that away, or they're considering it. People, just let's not become so dogmatic where we have to focus on one thing. Let's not just, yes, gun control is a hot issue that needs to be discussed, and I feel that something needs to be done, but let's also keep an eye on other things. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Alright, this ran really long. If you watched all this, thank you very much. You're awesome. I love you. And so you guys take care, be easy, and I'm out of here.